Okay, let's do Yanxia. Let's do that now. I got a lot more in this to do, so they should put over a Eureka style. Yeah, they actually should. When I found out in Eureka that if you die, you lose a level, that made that experience a lot more intense, and I kind of enjoyed it a little bit more, because, like, you can't just haphazardly go through stuff, you gotta kind of, like, plan routes and stuff like that, or routes. So I think he would be good at that. He likes masochism, he'd be good. Rio's Shin has lost sight of something important. I've lost my that's pretty important. Lost my grandchild. Please, you have to help me search for him. He was right next to me a short while ago. I can't believe I lost sight of him so easily. He was asking a lot of questions about the One River. Perhaps he went there searching for something. Though, I truly hope that is not the case, for the group of Lupin and Luchers roaming the area as of late. Please search along the One River for my grandson. I shall continue to look for him here. Alright, no problem, Granddaddy. Down there. He's down by the river. But I totally agree. He could do some Eureka-style stuff. What I really want, I know he's doing another game soon, but what I fucking kind of really want from Yoko Taro is I need remasters of the Drakengard games. Because I say this to everybody whenever I talk about Yoko Taro, is like, he was always a great storyteller, but he never had the budget to really, like, make his games good. So you had, like, always a great story wrapped in, like, really kind of subpar or bad gameplay. And those games have a good story, like a very good dark fantasy story, that, I think if you could do a remaster of them, it'd be way beneficial for them. Like with Nier Replicant, you know? Hey, grandson, your granddad's looking for you.
The grandfather is looking for me, you say? Well, I cannot go back just yet. I'm still searching for that which was taken from me. I was minding my own business, gathering mugworts, when some nasty Lupin stole them right out of my hands. Would you ask the Lupin if they could give back my plants? You'll find them on the other side of the river.
Okay, well, you're not being like a brat. You just got caught up in a bad situation. It's okay, kid. We'll get your stuff. Let's see. Where you at, Mr. Lupins? There you go, Lupin Looter. That's an interesting name. Lupin Looter.
You would have us return some insignificant child's mugwort? Ha! Do not make me laugh. This whole area belongs to us, including the plants, that which happen to be plucked by the child of man.
That's very uncool of you. Not very cash money of you, Lupin, to do that. Alright, well, it was also a pretty dumb move, honestly. Oh, there it is. I hope we go back to the kid, and they're like, wow, they just gave him back to you? And I'm like, yeah, kid, they gave him back. They also left town. They left town, and they gave back the stuff, and they said they were really sorry, and that you'll never see them again, because they're so sorry and embarrassed by the situation. Did you enjoy the ending of Stormblood? Ooh, yeah, it was intense. I do see what people meant by they enjoy the post-patches of Stormblood more than Stormblood. Because, I could tell there was a change in who was writing, and from what I was told, the person who wrote Shadowbringers took over at one point. And it made sense to me. I was like, yeah, this has a different vibe, different feeling. I like it a lot more right now. I like the pacing, what we're doing. It's like, cool.
Oh, thank you so much. I was trying to collect plants to make medicine. I read about it in one of my grandfather's botany books. There's so many sick people in the village, I just wanted to help. There's one thing I need for the medicine. Waterweed. I tried to fish some out of the river earlier with a pole, but I didn't have much luck. Could you go get some for me?
Yeah, kid. Why not? He's not doing, like, bratty things, make people's life more miserable. He's trying to be a good person. Need more kid characters like that. Alright, do I have to go, like, do I have to dive? Man, the whole Yetsuyu storyline, man, like, what a tragedy. That whole thing was just like, fuck, I get why you're evil now. But it's like, damn it. And then, like, the fact that, like, there's a glimmer of hope. That glimmer of hope that she could be a nice person. She could just choose to not do this. And then gets thrown right back into it because her shitty little fuckhead brother. God. That was emotional damage, man. Personally, like, I did like the build-up to Nidhogg a lot more just because it's Dragoon. The build-up, because I was Lancer, like, starting off in the game. The build-up of this enemy and then finally fighting them, like, was super, super cool to see. But, from a writing perspective and a character perspective, I liked, Yatsuyu's stuff more. Alright, Waterweed, there you go.
Yay, now I have everything I need. I'll go back to my grandfather now. Thanks for the help. Bye!
You met the Garlean Asian yet? The guy who's basically the puppet master for the Galrians you talking about? The guy who I know who, I've seen Emmett, his name is Emmett something. I've seen him, but, like, he didn't go by that name in the cutscenes. Yeah. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm intrigued by him.
My grandson has at last returned. Tell me all about how you helped him gather the ingredients he needed to make medicine. Well, I'm glad he's grown to be a kind-hearted boy. There is still much he needs to learn about discipline and manners. However, those Lupin should really know better than steal from a mere child. Their race was once famed for being loyal vassals to some of Doma's mightiest warlords. When Doma was crushed by the Empire, some of them escaped, choosing to live as bandits. It pains me to see a race once so proud fall so low. Something else we have to thank Golemald for, I suppose.
I'm just gonna take these earbuds. What do they look like? Well, they're not better, but I just want to see what they look like. Oh, they look kind of cool. I like them. Alright. That's one. I'm focusing on 8th occurrence. The other blue quests I'll get to another time. There you go. Whacking day. Kohagi would like you to whack slow, then fast.
Could you help me with a problem of mine? It concerns some water serpents that have recently infested the One River. They used to only be found further to the west, but for some reason or another, they have found their way closer to Namai. If prepared properly, they're quite delectable. However, they are far more in the river than one could hope to ever cook. Know their numbers must be controlled by other means. Please slay a few of them for me, enough to stop them from making the whole river for their own. Oh, and should you happen to get your hands on a few of their livers, please deliver them to my husband, Senti. You'll find him in the Drunken Toad to the east.
Kohagi's a whack master. That quest description did not accurately portray what the quest actually was. Whack hard and then slow. Okay, I guess. Whatever you mean by that. But yeah, that was a really interesting revelation of, like, actual reason for the Galrian Empire. And then you find out they're space Nazis. I'm like, oh, great, cool, so, fuck the peace. Man, if I could fly, this would be a lot easier. Oh, tell me about it. No. But I still don't quite know how Shadowbringers is gonna be, like, introduced, you know? I'm very curious. That's why I kind of want to do this homework stuff as soon as possible, because, like, how we ended on this? Like, how are we gonna tie this into what I was told was kind of an alternate reality situation? I don't know any more than that, but my friend said it's kind of like an alternate reality, and I'm like, oh, really? Okay. I don't know any more than that. I don't want to know more than that. No, I felt he's caught between a rock and a hard place, but also he's kind of like, he's kind of a shithead. So I don't empathize with the Emperor. That big dude with the Sephiroth hair. He's being evil by proxy. If he develops later, then, you know, I'll admit I'm wrong, but right now, I'm like, fuck this guy. I would rather kill him, like, right then and there. It's like, you're talking a lot of shit for someone within, like, polearm length, and then just across the table. I'm not scared of Xenos either. That fucking loser. Took him out, too. Did you sympathize with the Emperor, Halgar? I think he made some fair points about Eorzeans. There is, like, most fucked up doctrine, there's always a air of truth within it. You know? That's how they convince some people who are on edge. So, but I'm like, I don't like this. I really don't like this. There's also a thing where, like, they're making the problem and also providing the solution to the problem. So it's just like, it's a mess. Like, it's a mess. Do you have some business with me, traveler? Yeah. Guy just... Or just randomly walks up to you and gives you some livers. Like, here, your wife said you wanted these. Water serpent livers. But why'd you think to bring these to me? My wife put you up to it, didn't she? My sincerest thanks. I shall boil these down and eat them shortly. Back in the days, when I made my living transporting rice up and down the river, I used to slay any water serpents I saw and take them back home to cook. Of course, it all stopped when the Empire blocked off the one river. It is thanks to that nature and kindness strangers like you I'm able to put food on the table these days. Thank you so much. No problem, man. Alright. Back to the village. I was expecting them to release the Black Rose during that thing. Like, I was like, I'm expecting a Realm Reborn ending part 2 where Black Rose gets unleashed and people are fucking dying. And then somehow that ties into the Shadowbringers. That's what I was expecting. Yeah, I was expecting him to, like, leave the room at one point and then just boom. Is it over here? How many more did I got? I got 2 more quests and then 1 just around here. Fuckata. Fuckata. Hello there, traveler. I require your help if you have time. While I belong to the Domain Liberation Front, or the DLF, I am also a proud resident of Namai, with my own responsibilities to the village. I've been told to guard the spring under no circumstances am I allowed to leave my post. However, there's another job related to the village that I need to take care of. I was hoping you could do it in my stead. Here, take this liquid and sprinkle it around the area over there. Give my thanks. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? What? Around the area? This isn't just, like, around the area, my good man. This is... You kind of greatly underestimated... Or underdescribed the task you were giving me. Okay, let's, rice wine? Is that the one I gotta use? Oh, no. Smelly liquid. But yeah, I'm happy Gosetsu lived. He was my favorite character, I think, from this expansion, like, bar none. I really liked Gosetsu. He had a good arc, man. Like, him and Yotsuyu were, like, polar opposites, and their whole arc was so good to follow. It was heartbreaking when I thought he died. Like, I teared up on stream. Oh, man. Nothing but muscle. Muscle and heart, dude. Remind me of Braum for, like, League of Legends. Like, Braum was, like, my main support character I'd always play. I loved Braum. Never cared if he was meta. Always played Braum. I loved playing that guy when I could. And, like, he kind of had, like, the same qualities about him. Like, big muscle guy, heart of gold, would kill to help out a friend. So whenever I found he wasn't dead, man, that was good. There needs to be some permanent deaths to, like, kind of up the stakes a bit. But, with Gosetsu, because they continued that storyline so well, like, with him and Suyu's situation, I was like, okay, we're doing something different. I like this. I'm okay with this, and I'm more than happy with it. This better be... I know we're spraying, like, probably wolf pee or something all over this area to, like, scare away, wild animals or something. Show me where to put the pee. There we go. Show me where to put the pee. I feel bad for this guy. Sorry, I will help you out. I'll help you out another time, okay, buddy? Just hang in there. I gotta learn to fly. It'll make everything so much easier once I can fly, okay? Trust me on this. Stay mauled for a little bit longer. I'll get to you. What do you think about the Fem Roth girls being new cat girl? I mean, well, I've heard the term Rothgals from a friend, and I think that's a good name, is Rothgals. But I'm fine with it. I prefer, for me, the more customization the players can have in terms of how they look and how they want to look, I think that's perfect. I think that's good. I'm never opposed to that. Fish already? Fantastic! No doubt you're wondering why that liquid smelled so foul. Well, it was made from a mixture of pungent ingredients. Animal innards, resin, and garlic, to name a few. But it does a fantastic job of keeping the beasts at bay. One of my friends in the Alamegan Resistance taught me how to make it. Oh, and, you will want to give your clothes, let's see, 3 thorough scrubbings while I do it. Okay. Well, that's done. Okay. Back to the village. And then, I guess... Oh, no, that's not that. That's something else. it's the last race they're adding. Oh, it is? Well, See, I would rather them add more races, but I understand that it's a lot to, like, kind of model in program. Like, because I know the main reason the bunny... Oh, ad break's going on, so I'll just wait until that's done. Hanami needs your help with the pest problem.
You have doubtlessly already taken in the paddy fields that fill Namai. We rice farmers consider the paddies as our children, but they certainly require just as much attention. It is rarely a day that we do not worry about the pests or something else that might do our fields harm. If you would like to know more about life in our village, why don't you try and help us tend to our paddies? Speak with my husband, Agita. I know he will be glad for some help, any help he can get. Okay.
And this should be the last quest I need to do, I think? And then I just gotta find the other current somewhere. I'm a little disappointed if they're not gonna add any more races, because like I said, I'm always a fan of more customization options for players. But I don't know what else they could add right now, unless they start having like some more humanoid beast tribes be playable, but then again, you wouldn't be able to like do a Realm Reborn without like playing as like a kobold or something, you know, and that'd be too complicated. But that'd be disappointing if like they're not going to add any more races. I appreciate them adding the new job classes every expansion. That's really cool. I really like that. But I wouldn't mind more races. He would help me tend to my fields, so that sounds fantastic to me. There aren't many young folk left in the village, and rice farming is hard work, let me tell you. Firstly, I would have you remove the arrowheads from my fields. It's a pesky weed that inhabits the growth of rice plants. Come, speak with me once you've done. Once you've done it, or once you did it. Okay. I thought he meant like actual arrowheads, like from battle, like they just get caught in the fields at some points. I see you worked up quite a sweat. Thanks for helping. Namai is actually a local term for arrowhead. It just makes you wonder who thought of naming a village after a weed was a good idea. Next, we need to deal with any pests that lurk in the paddies. Though it will be not your job, per se. We shall use the house sparrows I have trained for the task. I keep them in this bird cage. Please set them free near any paddy fields. So the sparrows are going to eat the bugs? Once they've all flown from the cage, clap your hands. I have trained them to recognize that signal to begin working. Okay. Fly, my pretties.
Fly, my pretties!
Clap to get them to start looking for pests. Okay. Clap. No, I need not caps lock. Clap. Thank you so much for all your help. You wouldn't be worrying about... I will not be needing to worry about the pests for the time being. And I've told my wife to give you some compensation for your troubles. Go ahead and talk with her. I still have a lot of work to take care of here. It's like he's going to give me an Aether Current. Ooh, I love Aether Currents. Thank you so much.
Hello again. I do hope the work was not too hard on you. It's not an easy job, but the sense of satisfaction when you're able to taste the very rice you have reaped, words do not do the sensation justice. Harvest's still a long way away, but we are ready to put the work in. All we need is a little help from the weather, and things will be fine. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your payment for today.
Nice juicy Aether Current. Thank you. Alright, I got one more Aether Current in here. Probably like right at the base over here somewhere. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky to navigate. Yeah, this place is going to be tricky to navigate. I can't wait to fly over it all and not worry about it anymore. Because it wants us to still be working on it in 2035. Oh, still working on 14? Hey man, if it's still quality by then, I'll still play it. But yeah, when it does end, that's gonna be like a big moment in gaming. But yeah, I would prefer for them to end the MMO like storyline on something where like there's I guess it's the paradox of MMOs. If you want to keep people playing, but when you have a definitive ending for something, you know, people either make their own fun or they fall off. But also, I completely understand and respect, like, ending a storyline. Because most time you do need an ending. It's like with most shows, like, if you love it, it's almost like if you love a show, you need to set it free, you know? If you love something, you gotta set it free. People still play it. Oh, yeah, well, I could assume people still played it. But I'm talking about like a big population of people playing through it. I know people will still play 14 when the story's done, but I know it won't be nearly as many as it was before. Awesome. Alright, got them all. So I'm zoned down. Now, let me get the map cleared up. I should switch classes to something so I can put experience on something else. I started playing 14 because I had a friend of mine who liked... He kept raving about the story and how great the story was, and like really, really talked it up for me. And I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, but I stopped like after a while because it was really bad addiction I had. And I was like, well, you know, I want to play World of Warcraft again. And so I played WoW again, and then I canceled my subscription again. I played it when WoW Classic came out. When WoW Classic first came out, I started playing that again. And then whenever people started leaving WoW for 14, that's when I checked out 14, and I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to playing WoW. I just don't like Blizzard anymore. I keep up with the lore vaguely, and I don't know if you've seen any of my Kate Sith minion pet that's from pre-ordering AR from GameStop. No, I haven't seen that. I didn't know there was a Kate Sith pet. There we go. Got it. Alright, what's next on the agenda? The Asm Step. Oh man, I got a lot of quests for that.